Hey, welcome back to another episode of Let's Animate, the creative internet talk show sensation where we create cartoon horses for some reason. We're back here with our utensil wars battle, a battle for the ages of determining once and for all which foods are permissible to use utensils for. And I know it's the kind of thing that everybody wants to know and make sure that everybody is falling in line. You know, you can't have any outliers. Nobody can really think for themselves. If it's a utensil based food, then you eat the food with goddamn utensils. If it's not, get that trash out of here. And it's just that simple. But anyway, I digress. Off topic, a little zany, a little weird. Weird way to start. It's because it's a weird day. I gotta be honest. It is a very weird day. I woke up. I got myself together, got my act together, as I do just about every day. Got dressed, got showered, got distracted, got back online, back on track, I should say. My affairs back in order from the distraction, and then sat down and got down to some serious recording. And I did a bunch of dead cells, and it felt like a lot of dead cells. And then I went and I looked, and it's like, well, I know you've got 4 episodes, 4 dead cells. And I'm like, what? I thought there was way more than this. It felt like I was hitting that record button over and over again, but I guess not. But we finished that up. And I'm not sure where that series is gonna end up just yet. It's a little. I don't want to say it's run its course, but it might have run its course. It's mostly just because I'm not good at it. Like I say in the video, if I'm gonna be doing something, I want to be somewhat proficient at it. I guess I don't have to be the greatest God's gift to the thing, but I want to be able to do something somewhat productive. Why is this still on transparent? Very strange. Okay. I'll move all this back up to normal, and then hopefully, there's some lines here that aren't showing up because they're the exact same color as that. That should be no. Yeah. There we go. That should show up now. There we go. No? Oh yeah, because it's not. Having it clicked and movable is not the same as having it selected. That's what I mean, I love this program. It's taught me a lot. I did a lot of funny things, a lot of crazy stuff that's never going to see the light of the day, just in terms of teaching myself about the software. Had a lot of fun, a lot of great memories with this stuff. But in the end, it's kind of like kind of run its course with it. I have some of the limitations of it. Granted, I mean, I'm by no means an expert, so I mean, I may be missing stuff. I may never actually run out of things to learn and do. I'm not pushing the limits of this software or anything. I mean, it's prepackaged stuff off the shelf. Paid $30 or $50 for it, whatever it was. Nothing too fancy, but yeah, I think it's kind of run its course for me. I want to move on to better, greener pastures. But first, before we do that, we have to have a coffee grade. That is like the last. That is like the last quarter of a cup or so out of the pot, and it's been sitting there. So it's like, I don't know if it's actually technically like burnt, but it's what I imagine burnt would taste like. I don't know if I actually know what burnt coffee tastes like, but I would imagine that's what it tastes like, and it's just it's not doing it for me. Gonna have to put on a fresh pot a little bit later. But yeah, but until then, I downloaded Blender, and as soon as I downloaded Blender, I looked through it, looked at some of the manuals, the online stuff that's out there and available, which is just, I mean, it's amazing how much stuff is out there, and the software obviously seems, it's obviously out of my league. It seems so robust. It makes you really appreciate that, what a time to be alive, right? Like I always joke about that, but really is amazing what you can do out there and for free. It's mind-boggling, and if I had money, I would give it, but I don't, so I can't. If someday I make money at this, I will definitely, and I go ahead and use Blender, well then I will definitely donate to that worthy cause, because to have that stuff for free is just it's a godsend. And even though it is way out of my league, I don't even know if I'll be able to really make any productive use of it. But I'm gonna try. I'm going to go through some of the tutorials and start messing around with it and see if it's something that I can incorporate into these videos here, because it's an artistic thing and an animation thing all in one, right? I can do it all. I won't be tackling 3D. I don't think. I think that's beyond me. But for sure, I mean, to me, there's no reason why I can't dabble around with some 2D animations and maybe do everything in there. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It could be a huge disaster, a huge, just ridiculous, out of my league failure. But we're gonna try it out. It's all about learning, right? It's all about having a good time with this stuff, and that's what we aim to do. So if things change in these videos over the next little bit, it is because of that. What are we gonna do with this now? We're gonna have to take this muzzle, and then we'll take this mane. It's kind of like a much more of that kind of color, right? Sure, that looks good. Oh yeah, but yeah, so Dead Cells might have run its course. If it has, I don't know. I mean, some of the games that I've been looking at to replace it are very narrative driven, and I don't know if initially, I mean, I'm drawn to that because, like I say, I am a storyteller first and foremost. So I appreciate enjoying other people's stories. I appreciate just being exposed to all that stuff, that kind of stuff. So that's what I was drawn to. And then I thought, geez, I wonder, do I want to be sitting here reading, just screens full of text all the time? Just reading someone else's stuff is not really the goal. I don't think it will move me towards my goal, which is to improve my own, or reestablish my own sort of off the cuff witticisms and comedy and ability to just talk nonsense for roughly 20-minute intervals on a back-to-back on a daily basis. But we'll see. I don't know. It's I may end up sticking with. I know I'm gonna stick with Dead Cells on my own anyway, just because it's such a great game and I'm enjoying it so much. It's just I've not regained the skill level that I was hoping to regain in order to do the videos. But I mean, who knows, right? Time will tell. Basically, I've got enough content to last through the weekend that's coming up, and so yeah, once I come back, we're hopefully going out into the bush for a little bit, have a little fun out there in the with the family in the old Great Canadian wilderness, and enjoy some of the spring weather. Hopefully it's not too mucky and too gross, but time will tell, right? I mean, we'll figure it out. You guys don't have to worry about that. unless I come up with some great, funny, groundbreaking story or something to regale you with when I come back. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We shall see. But yeah, this is our horse here. This the Knight NL's trusty steed. And again, I don't know. I don't have any qualms with just kind of going over this found content online, because it's not what I'm here for, right? It's not me. The part that's me is the story. So I don't have any qualms with doing this. Hopefully you don't either. Where's the main gun? There we go. So that kind of comes up here, and that kind of comes here. That's good enough. Do another little patch right here. Hide the stroke. So yeah, wish me luck. Think about me while I'm off in the bush this weekend. Think about me when I come back and start dabbling around in Blender. If I come back and I'm stressed and my hair's pulled out and I'm bald from the hair pulling, take pity on me, because I'm doing it to try to improve the quality of the and that's what it boiled down to, was some of the animation quality. I'm hoping if I go through, because I never really did much in the way of tutorials with this stuff. This right here was like I say, it was off the rack. It was a grab and go kind of software, and it's not so complicated that you can't just pick it up and go. And that's what I did. I was basically self-taught. I learned a little bit about because I'd never animated before. I learned about the keyframes and stuff in the bottom here and how to do that, what that all meant basically, and then a few just basic things that are specific to the program, like what the symbols actually mean. And I think the most I did for tutorials from the manual with this was about bone rigging, but even that was very basic, very, very basic, and kind of discouraging in a lot of ways, because it was like one of the features with the bones, the area of effect. You put in a bone and it has this huge sort of red semi-transparent circle that shows the area of effect. And I think it was like in the actual manual itself, it was like, yeah, just shrink that. Just shrink it all the way down, because you're probably never going to need to. I was like, well, if it's got this feature in it, I know I'm not good enough, but I'd like to know what I'm minimizing and why. As silly as it kind of sounds, it's like, well, can I just know? Can I learn that? I just minimize that. Oh, okay. I just I thought that was kind of funny. No, I'm putting a lot on every given layer here, but I think we're just going to carry on. Again, I don't think this is going to be moving too much. I think it's just going to be like a very, very basic kind of deal here. But yeah, other than the weekend plans, there's nothing too specific, too entertaining about it. It's just a little weekend away. Other than that, there's not a lot going on. Like I was saying before, it's been quiet after we had a bit of a sports ball weekend, and then it got really quiet. Not much going on. All the kids' activities have finished for the season, because it's not really technically winter anymore. It's so things are kind of quieting down. I'm just gonna throw a shaded effect on this. I like dabbling a few shaded effects every now and then. That's way too much, but so yeah, so like there's no more like in the evenings. It was a lot of running around and stuff, get kids from point A to point B. A lot of that's gone now, just because of the time of year. So it's been pretty quiet. almost as quiet as these videos, am I right? I've been thinking about getting music put in. I talked about it a little bit before. Just throwing some royalty-free stuff. Maybe something like some classical stuff that's available online might be like right on YouTube. I mean, might be the way I decide to go, just to spruce up some of the quieter moments. Because I joked a lot about wanting it to be a relaxing and ASMR type experience where I get really close to the mic and kind of whisper in, and you get lost in my sensual voice. But I know, that's just a joke. It might be lost on because of my very dry personality. But that was never. I am not an ASMR person. I find those videos fascinating and interesting, at least, if not fascinating. But I'm not gonna get involved in that. I'm not a. You gotta have some sort of sensuality to you, right? Like even the males that do it, I think, are somewhat appealing in certain sort of satisfying ways to the target audience, and that's not what I'm going for myself, so to speak. What do we want here? We want a black stroke and we want a white fill, and we'll just kind of give them an eyeball. There was some horses that I found that were very sort of very distraught looking, not in the way that I had wanted, in more of a almost painful, almost tacky kind of way. I was going to say almost cartoonish kind of way, but I thought that would be kind of, without having the appropriate level of self-awareness, that might come off as being pretentious, but very cartoony, very animated sort of way. And I wanted this one to be a little bit more on the nose. This in this situation, right? This horse is actually like the straight man here, right? Because the absurdity is coming from the knight who's riding him, and not so much from. He looks too happy, for the. Considering his rider, he looks far too happy. Oh God, excuse me while I stretch. Yeah, but that's what we kind of want to go for. And again, it's going to be very simple. Like, I'm going to throw in a very basic background. It's going to be almost the same as the orange one that was there, actually. But, we're going to do it with like a sort of a gray, and I didn't sort these out off camera like I said I would, but I want it almost like a, what's a good way of doing this? Yeah, something like that. I want it kind of reddish, grayish. Let me just preview that. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. It doesn't really look like it on the screen. It's more red than it actually is. Yeah, because I have the transparency that you like. This, it's transparent, right? You can't see it, but it's transparent. How many times can I say transparent? And then we'll throw a shaded effect on there of some kind, just to kind of give it something that's shaded. Okay. Why is it not? There we go. Yeah. I don't know what these numbers mean. And that's if that's not painfully obvious, like that's not what I'm looking for here. How does it look in the rendering? It doesn't look at all in the rendering properly. Offset, I don't know what the offset means. The blur, I'm guessing I want high for my situation here. Yeah, I find it gets, is there not a bar in this one? Some of these have the bar that goes across. And maybe it's a gradient. Maybe it's a gradient that I want more. Not even a, yeah, that's better. Right, and then it kind of, the bar here, can you see that bar? I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of what I want, but now I've lost the color. 134, 58, 58. 134, 58, 50, 58. 134, 58, 58. How do I get the color? No, I don't want that. Color. 134, 34, 58, 58. Or was it 38, 38, 64. 134, 58, 58. That's kind of what I'm going for. Unless, do I want it like this way? I might want it like this way. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at. I like it. Take my word for it. That's basically the desired effect. And we're going to give him some mail. I didn't look and see. How does his face look? His face looks fine. I wonder if we'll get rid of the glasses. Should we be getting rid of the glasses? Let's see what he looks like with no glasses on. Boom. You can still tell it's kind of him. We can throw in some funny stuff like a moustache. A moustache of some description here. And hopefully still retain that NL quality that we all love so much, right? No, I don't want a gradient. I want this to be plain. Yep, that's fine. We don't need a stroke. Oh, that actually, that, not obviously exactly like this, but this idea of a long, skinny mustache, I don't mind that at all. That's quite comical. Can almost give him like a Mongolian. Oh, I don't mind that either. Like a Mongolian situation, With the beard, is it Mongolian? I hope I'm not being racist. I don't mean to be. That's not the intention here. The intention is just to get this. That's not bad, eh? Well, I wonder if it shouldn't be black because his eyebrows are black, right? Can we move his mouth down? If we're going to do that, we should really copy, or we just move this up. No, we need to move his mouth down. And I haven't organized this, so I don't even know where everything is. This is, must be in his body layer? No, it's not the body layer, so it's got to be in the NL layer here. His mouth is probably in a switch layer. This switch layer right here. We don't need any switch action here. It's left over from before. And we'll just, let's just make a new vector. We'll just duplicate this one and we'll call it mouth lower. I just don't like, I don't like losing things. I don't like running the risk of, where's my, what is happening here? Where's my layer movement? Oh, right there. Oh, jeez. I'm starting to lose it. I really do think that, I'm losing my best friend. No, I'm just kind of, it's hard to explain. I'm not that old, but I feel like I'm spacing out on a lot of things. I don't know if it's just, normal sort of aging, or if it's just my imagination, or what it is. But it really feels like I'm not paying attention as much as I used to. And I used to have, like, for learning new things, I'd have a mind like an iron trap, I've done so much, like, courses on my own plus schooling. It seems like this last 6 years or so has been the slowest in terms of learning new things and coming out of trying this. The animation stuff is really surprising how stuff doesn't stick in my head as much anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back on the next episode and we're going to try to give him some mail here. We're going to do like a chainmail type thing underneath the plates here, and maybe give him some gauntlets, some nice big cartoonish gauntlets to be grabbing the reins of this guy, of his horse here. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll just we'll throw that on. We're gonna render this, and then we will just on the fly here kind of change what we're capturing. Maybe if if I know how to do that. Window capture. Yeah, we'll throw up, there's the render right there. Right, so there you go. There you have it. That's what it looks like right now. We'll get better, hopefully. That's the theory. But yeah, see the idea. Different scenes of basically the same NL forming, chained together, forming a story, forming something funny, finally settling the age-old utensil wars. Until the next time, thanks very much. See you soon.